Hey guys, what's up? Listen, we did an explosive live less than an hour ago about how Diddy is seeking presidential pardon. Now, I know that live was an hour and a lot of y'all don't have time. So, we are going to go over Diddy's presidential pardon plans in under 5 minutes. Also, really quick, I am not saying that Diddy has been granted a presidential pardon. My whole premise was he hopes to get one. Now, let's continue. Y'all ready? Let's go. First of all, a lot of people are doubting whether Diddy can get a presidential pardon. He hasn't been convicted. However, if you actually get into what the U.S. Constitution tells the president, that is absolutely false. Any president, Biden or Trump, can pardon Diddy right now. Why is that? Hold on, let's get into the. As you guys see, there is the key points in a presidential pardon, the timing. A person can be granted a pardon at any stage following the commission of a federal offense. The scope, a pardon power applies exclusively to federal crimes. It doesn't extend to state offenses. That means that Diddy will not get out of his civil trial, right? However, a pardon can be granted when the trial is committed, okay? Before charges are pressed, after charges are pressed, before trial, after trial, during trial, while they're in jail. All that matters is the offense is committed. So if I go in there and go crazy in a Dunkin' Donuts, the president, whoever's in power, can pardon me immediately before the police even arrest me, as long as the federal offense. Okay, what is going on? All of Diddy's offenses are actually federal. On top of that, for it to happen, you need a lot of money. Diddy already has $50 million. They are saying he is willing to leverage everything else. You need a president that is willing. Joe Biden is on his way out. Some people say he can't even find the door. There is a new power taking place. When you look at Diddy's connection to the DNC, you see, right? He worked with Ron Burkle. He did Vote or Die. He worked with the Clintons. He has deep Democratic National Convention connections. However, going into the Trump administration, he has connections to Elon Musk, Kim Kardashian, Clive Davis, Ron Burkle. Yes, Ron Burkle. He has connections to Jeff Bezos. Again, we do have to say this. We get caught up in teams, but power will always find a way to collude. It could be Trump, it could be Biden. It doesn't matter. I think it's incredibly naive and dumb to think that Diddy, who has done everything he can to get out of jail, is not petitioning and trying to see if he could wrangle a presidential pardon. Now is the time. He does not have to be convicted, and the president can give pardons at any time as long as they're president. You don't have to wait until the end of a presidency to give pardons. That's what people do traditionally. But if Biden chooses not to grant the pardon, please believe that they will petition Trump. Now, whether the pardon will be actually granted, maybe that's up for anything. However, we can actually say that we have seen Diddy run a sophisticated PR campaign trying to make the public think that what he did wasn't that bad and it was consensual. If people start believing that that freaky deaky stuff was consensual, then what's to stop from either a Biden or a Trump campaign for going? Again, will it be granted? We don't know. What is Trump like at the end of the day? What does Trump or Biden have to gain by pardoning him? However, what does any president? And you guys are missing the point. That doesn't mean that Diddy is not trying. Diddy's whole life has been trying against the odds. Just because you think it won't work does not mean somebody's going to try. He'd be stupid and dumb not to. He has the money. He has the connections with the Biden presidency and also with the Trump presidency. For those of you guys saying that Trump doesn't mess with Diddy, that is not true. Trump has spoken highly of Diddy in the past. Now, this was before the freak off stuff, but they had a friendly relationship. People said that Elon Musk spoke out against Diddy. No, Diddy actually loaned Elon Musk $88 million to buy Twitter. Diddy hasn't spoken out against Diddy. Diddy said, Elon Musk said, if all of this is going on, then how come no one knew? That's not guilt. That's basically saying, scoffing, saying, well, one could read it. Well, if all this was going on, how come nobody heard about it? That is not him saying he thinks Diddy is guilty. Now, I don't know if Elon Musk thinks Diddy is guilty or not, but that's not it. Even with Jennifer Lopez talking about Trump, he took a swipe at her and said, well, since you know so much, how come you didn't say anything about Diddy's free calls? That is still not enough that their friendship and their working relationship is completely over. Okay, we will see what pans out. And that doesn't mean that Diddy's still not going to try and go back and get somebody to actually listen. Hold on, just a few other things. Federal offenses, as outlined in Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1 of the U.S. Constitution. This power allows the president to issue pardons at any point after a federal offense has been committed, whether before legal proceedings commence, during their progression, whether charges have been filed or not, or after conviction and sentencing. The Supreme Court has affirmed this broad discretion, noting that the president's pardoning power is unlimited. The only limit it has is he cannot pardon people that have been impeached, meaning he cannot pardon himself. Again, this power is at any time during the presidential presidency. Anytime, whether you are new to the presidency or whether you're on your way out. So, traditionally, people wait till they're on their way out so they don't have to worry about being reelected. On top of that, some people say, well, there are watchdogs. There are not. The U.S. Department of Justice actually said it's important to note that while the president can issue pardons without prior approval, the Department of Justice's Office of the Pardon Attorney typically reviews clemency applications and provides recommendations. However, this process is purely advisory, meaning the president doesn't have to listen to anyone. This is his superpower. This is a reason that you want to be president. And the president is not obligated to follow those recommendations or any recommendations. The Department of U.S. Justice actually says they can't even check the president. It is his power. On top of that, Diddy has famous friends on the Republican and also the Democrat side. Let's also not forget he is willing to buy a pardon. If he's going to put $50 million on bail, why wouldn't he take that 50 million, borrow a few other, ask for Elon Musk to give the 88 million back and literally come with something? Again, will it be granted? That remains to be seen. But we would be naive, stupid, and just dumb to actually think that Diddy's not going to try. That is my point. There are plans for him to try, especially if he links up with social justice warrior Kim Kardashian. Okay? Diddy has been doing the most to rehab his image. Let's not forget the day that the election changed, Christian now has a website where he wants to show everybody that his dad is a very, very, very good person. The Combs children, well, at least the grown men that are his sons, have gone into overdrive, including Janice Combs, to rehab his image. Why? Because the public needs to quiet down enough to believe he's a good person. He just got caught up in some mess. You know what? It was all consensual. Let it go. And truth be told, if Diddy's crimes were consensual, it wouldn't have anything to do with that. Okay? Listen, the president can pardon at any time. Either president, the one we have or the one coming in, right? Diddy wants out. He has the money to pay, and he has the pull with his powerful Republican billionaire friends and also with his powerful Democratic billionaire friends. It goes both sides, okay? On top of that, the image rehab they're trying to do, and he is desperate to get out. This will pardon everything. Now, doesn't mean that he will be held liable, he won't be held liable for civil cases. No, civil cases are on the state level. He will still be held liable for his sins on a civil level. But if the federal case, if he gets pardoned from all those crimes, okay, that means that it also throws a monkey wrench on the civil trial. We'll get into that. We got into that into live. If you want more information, go watch the whole hour-long live. It was a great time, but I wanted to break it down. It's not 5 minutes, it's 9 minutes, but it's still shorter than an hour. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. But again, it's not whether Diddy's going to succeed, it's the fact that he is supposed to be crying. I'm crying, Freudian slip, supposed to be trying. Just to let you guys know, this is based upon information and belief. And of course, this is definitely my opinion. Diddy has maintained he is 100% innocent. He looks forward to his day in court. And on top of that, he says he's going to make everybody pay. So why none of these allegations have been proven true in a court of law? I do believe the victims. Again, Would Diddy be bold enough, crazy enough, arrogant enough to try for a presidential pardon, either from Biden or Trump? Absolutely. And anybody that thinks that he won't try, well, baby, you are just as naive as people that think that justice always prevails. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this 10-minute recap. Talk to y'all later. Bye.